Hey y'all, this is Jessica Jaye, and welcome to Dare to be Jaye. This video is about PTSD and my first time going to see a psychiatrist and getting that diagnosis. It was really hard for me to record, and most of it is me just talking about how I feel and my experience. So if you are curious about my story, then keep on watching, and please be kind with any commentary.
My dog. I cannot live without her. I need her. And when it came to moving to Costa Rica, I knew that she had to come with me. So when I was first planning, my intention was to take her as an emotional support animal from the US. And then the Department of Transportation changed the law, and airlines no longer need to accept emotional support animals, right? So then I realized that Mexico still allows emotional support animals, and that's why I came to Mexico, so that I could fly from here. However, my emotional support animal letter from my therapist was not good enough for them, and they needed one from a psychiatrist, which is literally the only reason why I decided to go see a psychiatrist. And I know that's like a really bad reason, but it's what I got. And I don't know what you believe in, if you believe in God, if you believe in the universe, if you believe in divine intervention, or if you believe in nothing, but I believe that something was intervening, because I cannot tell you the amount of times I have avoided seeking out that type of help. I've had 3 therapists in my life, but getting a formal diagnosis, I never really wanted it. I was always afraid. I was afraid mostly because then it would make the trauma more real. And so when I was denied with my emotional support animal letter, because it wasn't from a psychiatrist, I could either choose to see a psychiatrist, or I could choose to find an alternative way of getting her to Costa Rica. And I decided to make an appointment with a psychiatrist. I used a company or a network called Doctors on Demand, and I was able to make an appointment for that evening with a psychiatrist and do a virtual appointment. And in that virtual appointment, she asked me a whole bunch of questions. And after each question, like, I had an answer and an explanation for like why I would do that certain behavior. And about halfway through, like, I realized, you need help. Like, you have a mental illness or multiple mental illnesses. And then I realized that in therapy, I've never really talked with any of my therapists about my trauma. I would talk about other things. I would talk about anxiety, but I would never talk about my trauma. And I don't think that was on accident. At the end, she quoted me, because in my original message to her, I had said that I feel like a fraud because I think I should do better. I think that, like, these problems are in my head and they're not real, and I don't really need the help that I'm asking for. And so that's when after she was finished with all of her questions, she told me that She thinks that I have PTSD and generalized anxiety disorder. And I still don't know exactly how I feel about it. And I don't know if my feelings are because of stigma, my conditioning. Maybe I think that it makes me less. I feel like most people wouldn't know or really suspect it just because of the way that I present myself. I present myself in a very confident manner, very playful. I love to dance. I'm a little loud. Yeah, and so usually people are really shocked and surprised when I open up about my trauma or just the way that I experience the world. I think I just appreciate all the people who publicly talk about their trauma and their experiences, because it makes me feel a little bit more normal. And one thing I don't think I'll ever not know or forget is from my most recent therapist, because I used to use the word crazy all the time. And I would especially use the word to describe myself and to describe my feelings and to describe my behavior. And my therapist told me that it's really important, the words that we use to describe our stories and to describe ourselves. Because if I'm constantly using the word crazy, that implies that that's the truth for myself somewhere. And she taught me that it's really important to be picky and intentional with the words that we choose. And I feel normal. When I look around at other people and their experiences, it's a lot similar to my experiences. There's so many people who have experienced trauma, and who have triggers, and who have anxiety. And I think part of the reason that I didn't want to know is I am afraid that having this mental illness negates all of the other things that I am. I'm afraid that this means I'm not strong or smart or lovable. I wish I could just be on the other side of this, you know? I wish that I didn't have to go through it. Hello. What to do next? I think it's hard, but it's also, the answer is really simple. And I think I just need to find a person who can see me in Costa Rica. And also, I'm interested in talking with other people who have PTSD. I think I have put myself in a corner. I've made myself feel like I'm the only one. And I would really like to cry with other people who have experienced trauma and as a result of that have this illness. I think that would help me, but it's also scary because I have to confront it, you know, and I've been telling myself a lie. I've been telling myself that it wasn't real or it wasn't that bad or other people have it worse. It's not easy. This is not easy. And that's okay. That is okay.